What's good, y'all? We need to come and talk about The Chi Season 6, Episode 8. Who Shot You? This is the mid-season finale. This season we're supposed to get 16 episodes. I've heard murmuring that the next 8 episodes not coming till next year. Because when they was in the process of getting ready to shoot those final episodes, or the second half of the season, the strike started. So, yeah. So let's get into it. This episode, Emmett has a conversation with his mom and his dad about trying to buy himself out up from under Doodah. And Darnell protest was like, "You gonna let me handle this?" Emmett was like, "No, I got it." And Darnell was saying, you made the wrong choice. Why would you even get in bed with Doodah? Everybody know how he is. Emmett said because he wanted to take care of his family. He wanted to see expanding growth and, take care of himself and his kids and Keisha. He gets mad at Darnell. Oh, excuse me. I got a terrible headache and I feel like I need some meds and just lay down and a cup of hot tea. But anyway, Darnell tells Emmett, "You gonna let me take care of this for you." So Darnell actually goes over to Doodah with a bag of money and says, this is, me buying Emmett out. Like, you can get out of his business. And Doodah looked in the bag at the money and was like, "No, you keep that money. Just, you ain't, he told him, look, this ain't even enough." Darnell said, "Oh, I'll be back with the rest." And Doodah was like, "No, you don't even gotta give me the rest. You don't keep your money. Just when somebody be a mouthpiece, when somebody got something to say about me, you gonna speak good on my name in these streets." And I'm like, "What the hell, dude? You trying to do?" You said a favor for a favor. I said, "Don't nobody want to do no favors for no favors with you." So anyway, Keisha and Emmett, they getting into it again. She said that she need him to stay home so she can go out and go look for a job. He said, "You know what? I'll do you one better. I'll stay home every day next week while you go out and look for a job." And she was like, "You'll do that for me?" And she looked at that as him stepping up and really trying hard. So, they go do the grown folks dance in the room. And afterwards they get up. And Emmett leaves. Says he got Emmett leaves. Keisha get a text from Nuck. I said, "Girl, what is you doing?" So we see Tiff come over talking to Emmett about what's going on with Rob. She didn't know Rob was in bed with his mom, that he gotta kill Doodah. She don't want Rob to do that. So she like, "Can you talk to him? Can you talk him out of it?" Emmett was like, "What? What I look like talking to your dude about what he got going on with Doodah?" So anyway, she's begging and pleading for him to do that. He said, "Alright," he concedes. He gonna do it. Next thing you know, we see Kevin on the subway, just looking at the whole city, and we keep seeing flashbacks of Kevin and Keisha when the show first started. And these flashbacks are making me super nervous, thinking that he ain't gonna get the chance to go to California because he gonna end up getting killed. Like, that's what I kept thinking the whole episode. I was so nervous because they even had a scene where they was stretching and he was about to go on a run with Keisha, and it was reminiscent of her talking to him in season 1 about what to look for, how to watch out for himself and stuff. And I was like, "Oh God." So he ended up having a going away party at his mother's house. Um, I definitely saw Jake there. I don't recall seeing Papa at the going away party though. but I saw Jake there. And then Emmett disappeared from the going away party. Also, Kevin talks to the boys, told them thank you. He said thank you at the party as well. Told him thanks for always being there. He thanked his mom, he thanked his sister, and everybody that contributed to his growth and becoming who he is and having the courage to go out to California and chase his dreams of being a gamer. He told Jake he could sublet the apartment, so Jake said, I could stay here. Kevin like, yeah. So Jake was like, bet. So Jake and Gemma having a conversation. Jake tells Gemma that he got something going on, that he getting his own place with Kevin. So Gemma said, "Ooh, that's gonna be great for us. We can get our own place." And he had to cut it off and say, my place. We too young to be living together." So she like, really? So she tried to use sex as the reason for her to be able to stay there. Talk about, well, I'm not having no sex with you, because how is it that we can have sex with each other, but we can't live together? And he ain't fall for the okie doke. He said, okay, if that's how you feel, but you're not living with me. And I agree with him. Y'all are too young to be living together. Y'all are having sex, but because having sex can result in kids, which is a really big responsibility, which happened to them, but unfortunately she lost the baby. But it's living together is just too much. Not just out of high school living together, no. So she feel away about that. They angry. When they was at Kevin going away party, they spoke about it again. She was still, he was like, you still mad at me? She like, no, she feel good. Because she done went to the studio with Brittany. And Brittany gave her the 10 stacks to get her own place. Talking about she just believe in her. She asked her, you doing this because you trying to have sex with me, or you doing this because you really believe in me? And Brittany, of course, said, I believe in you. For real. And I'm like, no. She said, because I ain't got to pay to have sex with nobody. And Jim was like, okay, and Jim believe her. But I don't know why. Jake told her, she your pimp and you her hoe. Jake was just coming off the dome coming at Gemma neck. So Gemma tells her father that she want to move out. He, of course, he against it at first. And, what is that? Tierra is for it. Tierra like, let her go ahead. We can do so in the house and we ain't got to worry about her. And she was like, all right, relax, or whatever. We see a scene where they all down at the center. And, Tierra and Gemma's daddy, I forget what his name is, they over there canoodling and all that, and Shard looking, and he feeling a certain way. So he sends a text and says, you know what, I hope y'all happy together. I ain't gonna even hate on y'all. I just have to chalk that one night up to just being one night. And it was a damn good one. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and live your life and be happy. So when they were at the party for Kevin, he pulled her to the side and said something about it. And she was like, I didn't get no text from you. And he pulled his phone out and looked and realized he sent the text to Deja. So he leaves the party and heads home. Meanwhile, we see Alicia, which is Rob's mama. She's sitting at that little bar that Brandy / Tony Childs owns. That's what it looked like to me. And we hear a voice and we see a figure walking by. And honestly, I thought it was Dante, played by Corey Hardrick. I thought it was Dante coming in. It wasn't. It was Zay. Finally learned his name with the toothpick that worked for Doodah. It was Zay. She trying to poach Zay to get Zay to work for her. She said, because Doodah not going to be in charge that much longer. So, lady, you already putting your cards down on the table. Putting it out there. While he over there talking to her, we had seen earlier in the episode Rob and Emmett go and talk to Trig or Victor at his office. They talking about a plan to kill Doodah. Victor said, I don't think y'all should do this. Y'all ain't built for this. Especially you, Emmett. Emmett like he riding with Rob. I said, Emmett, you was supposed to be talking Rob off the ledge and talking him out of this. Now you on to making a plan to do it. Keisha gonna be really mad now. But anyway, Keisha gonna be mad and Tiff gonna be mad. Trig / Victor says he ain't down. He ain't gonna be a part of this. He got too much to lose. Next thing you know, they leave his office and they get in the hall. And Rob like, is you down or what, nigga? Because I'm doing this with or without you. Emmett said, I'm down. So he called Doodah. Asked Doodah, can they meet and talk? Doodah said, yeah. Emmett so green. He talking about, I forgot what the hell he called them. He said, we're going to get the Pooh Shiesties, meaning the face masks. I said, oh my God. Rob like, what? He already know you meeting them, so why would you need to cover your face? I said, oh God. We see Doodah and Nup standing there talking. A car pulls up and it starts driving and gunning for him. And you see somebody with the gun out the window. It's Emmett driving and Rob in the back shooting. Rob shooting, and then Emmett said, and make sure you hit the nigga when we get there. He was like, I know what I'm doing. You don't. Now one of them bullets hit Doodah or Nuck. Bullets just going everywhere. And then you went there with a fucking pistol. Why'd you do that? You should have went with an automatic or something, or a semi-automatic, something that shoots a lot of rounds at once. That's what you should have had. The fucking gun jammed, or he ran out of bullets, one of the two. Nuck was able to get some shots off and actually shoot him. So they end up going to the hospital. When we get to the hospital scene, he in the hospital. His mother is there, and so is Tiffany. The mother confronts Tiffany about, so you the one, such and such, got my son out here borrowing money from me, or whatever. She was like, no, you got your son in this predicament because you told him to get the money. He had to kill Doodah. So that's what he went and tried to do. That's on you. What kind of mother do that? And she said, I ain't do that. I don't know what my son told you, but I ain't do that. I'm like, yes, the fuck you did. But anyway, she told, the nurse comes in and she told Tiff, you need to leave. And the nurse was like, are you family? Because if you're not family, blood related, you can't stay. So Tiff first lied and said she was his wife. And the nurse looked at her and that's when she picked up her bag and she left. And then she leaves. The nurse leaves the room. And Alicia leans over and tells Rob, you keep our business inside the house. That whole black mother stuff. Whatever goes on in this house, stays in this house. But she told him, like, when you doing stuff, you only supposed to let me know. You weren't supposed to tell her. Now she knows what you was up to. Like, that's more mouths that can talk. And how do you know you can trust her? He's still laying there with his eyes closed. We also see a scene where Emmett came to the hospital to see him. And, dang, who did he run into? Did he talk to the nurse? Because he didn't talk to his mother. His mother was gone by that time. But Emmett saw Victor came. And was like, what the fuck? Like, I told y'all not to do this shit. And now, dude, I know somebody came for him, but he don't know exactly who. But he do have a feeling because Emmett called him and set up the meet. So Victor goes home. He pissed. He leaves Emmett at the hospital. He goes in the house. Fatima's there like, hey, babe, kissing him. He goes straight in, take his suit off, put the hoodie on, and some sweatpants. She like, what are you going to do? So he tells her what happened. She was like, no, you got some people that care for you, and you got family. You can't go out there and do this. He said, yeah, you right. I just need a shower. And she walks off, and he goes on out the door, and I'm like, oh my God. Because he feels as though they done effed up trying to kill Duda, and he the only one that's brave enough to look Duda in the face and kill him, or whatever. And he feel like he killed Duda, that, you know, because if he don't, Duda gonna really go off and be doing some crazy shit to different people. And he don't want to see Emmett hurt. He don't want to see Rob hurt. But I don't know if Duda know it was Rob or not. But he knows it probably Emmett had something to do with it. It was Emmett or whatever. So Duda and Nuck get up. And Zay come in. Zay like, what's going on? Duda like, where the fuck was you at? And Zay was like, I was off. So Duda hammer him up, choke him out. Like, you don't got no off days or whatever. And so he like, what the fuck happened? Zay's asking what happened or whatever. Duda is pissed. We also see nobody has seen or heard from Bakari. I don't know who house this was that Bakari was in. But Papa and Lene go and have go to his house. We saw that Bakari was asleep, and in his dream, he woke up and he saw Coogie sitting there. And Coogie was like, I ain't need you to kill him. Talking about Ronnie. I ain't need you to kill him. I don't want you to live to avenge my death. I want you to live my life and live so you can live and experience and do things that I can't because I'm gone or whatever. So maybe that's gonna be the thing that make Bakari get his life together. I think I forgot to mention that when Gemma was in the studio with Brittany, she vibing to Britney music and she dancing real seductively or whatever. And they turned Britney on. They kissed each other. This all happened before she gave her the money to move. They kissed each other. And Gemma said, no, I can't do that. I got a boyfriend. Or whatever. And she said she wanted to keep their relationship strictly professional. And then that's when she said something about moving and all that kind of stuff. And then Brittany gave her the money. But Lene and Papa wake Bakari up. His house is a mess. Wherever he's staying at, it's a mess. Food containers and stuff all over the place. The drapes pulled down. He ain't letting no light in. And he like, Nay, what am I supposed to do? And she was like, you cannot let Mr. Stanley Death do you like this. You still alive. He was like, how am I supposed to deal with it? She was like, get up, find a hobby, go walk. But you need to go and live. You need to live. Like, he wouldn't want you to be like this. Papa kind of has the same conversation at work with Kenya, because Kenya was like, you want to go bowling next week? And he was like, you know what? After having that discussion with my father, and that was our last conversation, was about you and him not wanting me to be dating you, I'm just going to go ahead and listen to my father. We cool, we could be cordial and everything, but I'm going to take my father's advice and not date you. I was like, oh, wow, Papa. And so at one point, the boys have a conversation. And Papa tells them that he ain't gonna date Kenya no more. And Jake was like, dang, why? And so he told them, and they was like, Jake was like, Papa, Jake been giving the best advice. I can't even lie to you. Jake been giving everybody the best advice. I hope nothing happened to him. But he told him, I don't think that's what your father would want. Why would you sit up here and try to live your life to please somebody that's not here anymore? Like, your father will want you to get out here and make a way for yourself. And make your own choices. And do the things that you want to do. It's like you said, time wait for nobody. And Papa was like, yeah, because they talked about what they're going to do over the summer. So, Jake said he going to, keep that business popping, keep delving into his clothing business. Papa said he going to sign up to go to seminary. He going to go and become a preacher. Okay, Papa. Okay. So, we saw that Victor left the house, but we never saw where he went. We see, at the party, Kevin having a moment with his mother. She's proud of him. She's scared and all that kind of stuff. But he packs up his apartment, and we see him with his suitcase and his duffel bag going on out the door to go to California. And that was basically the mid-season finale. So now Duda got to figure out who shot him, or who tried to shoot him and ended up getting shot. But he won't find out real easy, because he won't find out that Rob in the hospital from being shot. So that's going to be a no-brainer. But now it's seeming like Darnell going to have to make good on that word and take Duda out himself to keep his son safe. And I don't mean no harm. Keisha did meet up with Nuck too. And Nuck was like talking to her and saying he need somebody to talk to. And Keisha was like, oh, I'm sorry that me having that conversation with you made you feel like this was going to be an okay thing, that we could be meeting up behind Emmett back and stuff like that. Like, I asked you for your help and keep him protected and look out for him. And that in turn is looking out. That's looking out for me too. But that don't mean that this going to be a thing with us meeting up and sneaking and meeting and stuff. That's just not what it is. And Nuck was like, okay, I understand that. And she got out the car or whatever. But, I wonder if he's still going to have Emmett back. I wonder what's going to happen with Zay, too, because Alicia said some things, too. And he looked like he was listening to her. And then for the dude out to choke him out like that, or whatever, and say he still got a lot of learning to do. I wonder if that's going to have an effect on Zay. It makes Zay feel like, no, I can't be fucking with Duda. It makes Zay be the one to do something to Duda, or help get something done to Duda. We don't know, but we shall see. And I see y'all when the Shy returns. Peace.